Hello everybody, welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda. Picking up where we left off, going to get some movies, and then we have a new memory that we unlocked. There we go. I mean, that's literally all there is to that one. But we also have to talk to Addison about releasing. I don't remember why, but we're supposed to get somebody else released, and like I said, I have no fucking idea. I do not remember why.
Pathfinder.
Oh.
I've been digging, and there are serious concerns about Spender.
And this relates to your job as Pathfinder how?
It relates to your job.
3, 4, 5. Right. I've had a year and a half of doing everything with nothing. 1,000 people riding me. Spender, shit as he is, helps. So, Pathfinder, if you've accusations to make, be certain. I'll drop trouble like a hot rock, but I can't lose people over suspicions. We don't have the people left.
I have info on a specific sleeper I'd like brought out of cryo.
I want to avoid that entirely. For reasons.
Reasons? That's it?
Look, you're the Pathfinder. If you've a request for your extended team, that's a request you can make. Access the sleeper records through Brekker's console. It's none of my business. Until you make it a problem for me. Understood?
As in, don't go, this guy's Brecker, right? I don't know, can I actually do that from here? No. I'm assuming that's like, hey, don't go trying to wake everyone up.
AVP leveling continues as per your directions. And of course, the interface remains accessible for any future adjustments. Sweet protocol and the process. Now we're living.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
That's it? You'll just do it?
Nowhere in my job description does it say, argue with the Pathfinder. That said, I record all interactions. If something you ask for causes trouble, there will be no doubt that you're responsible.
Wait, why do I have 2?
I heard that the chief engineer on EOS went back into cryo.
There have been a few such requests. The first few months in Helios
right.
were disheartening.
Now that Prodromos is on track, I want her redeployed.
Chief Engineer Grace Lito, designation E97 Durango. Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
Let's keep this between us. Here's the info.
Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
Why do some colonists have a number letter designation?
All initiative members do. In a CV file somewhere anyway. It isn't relevant when everyone is doing everything. I suppose it's like caring about a middle name. Do you not know yours?
I wasn't aware I had one.
You were in select company, even before you were made Pathfinder. Scott Ryder Pathfinder. Specialist designation, A04 Malapa.
Something interesting?
An A and low odds. Someone's an early adopter.
Another
Yeah, probably got... I wonder, like, if our dad just put us into this before we had actually accepted to join him. Oh, return to Prodromos. Okay. Well, I mean, that is one kind of issue with this game where there is a few things where it's like, hey, go to this planet. All right, now go to this planet. And it's like, well, like, there's no real reason why I couldn't have called that guy up and been like, hey, can you, like, do this? That's what there was. Yeah, the movie night. Is this one on Nexus? It is not. Pass. Where the hell am I? Oh, Helios assignments. This one, yeah, it is. Because I have a new memory that we unlocked. I don't really remember what all these memories are. I think there's one with them at a supper. I know there's one with him talking to, well, quite possibly the Shadow Broker, I do believe. I think, and then there's only one more, so maybe I do actually remember most of them. Because there's one where he talks to you and your sister, or if you are playing as the sister, you and your brother. But that I can't remember if that's the one. Yeah, I definitely took the long way around there. I can't remember if that's the one where he's where you're at supper, or if those are like two separate ones.
One of your father's memories is available.
Let's see it.
This memory is from when your parents returned to Earth after your mother was diagnosed with her disease.
It's simple. We take Sam.
Who?
I named the AI. Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Sam. We use your research and interface Sam with an implant.
My work on biotic implants was yielding results, but I don't know.
What did the doctor say?
Alec,
What did he say?
it's getting worse.
There's your answer. This will work. Sam can fix you.
Alec, I'm not some war you have to win. You're not an N7 anymore.
That doesn't mean
They kicked you out of the Alliance for this.
We're talking about your life.
Alec, did you ever consider that maybe it's my time to go? I'm human. We die. It happens.
Ellen, please. Losing you is not an option. The kids aren't gonna lose their mother. God knows they never had a father.
Then give them one.
They just asked for a refund.
So can this Sam talk yet?
Hello, Ellen. Why did the tree go to the dentist? To get a root canal.
Humor algorithms. I can't seem to get the hang of it.
Or maybe it's the guy teaching them?
That felt so real. Mom was right there, alive.
It was the first time I met Ellen. My education on human mortality began that day. Your mother seemed prepared to die.
Mom was practical. Living in denial wasn't going to solve anything.
Yet Alec didn't see it that way. He persisted.
Logic goes out the window when your wife is dying.
I'm beginning to understand where your father's resolve came from. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Oh,
Okay,
that's the one that I had forgot.
That's
so
all for now.
Of course.
I think there's only two left anyway. Although that seems like an awfully big bar to only have two left. So there may be more. Because I thought that there was one per audio logging here. Oh, okay, so it did actually. Yeah, so see, I have encrypted log 3 and 4. There's only two left in there.
Give me that, Alec. We've heard enough of you talking. Right. So, here's the irony. My research on biotic implants and EZO caused this stupid disease. But maybe it'll save me, too.
No maybe about it.
Hey, this is my secret log. Anyway, the right type of implant, joined with the right type of AI, could actually bolster human physiology. Even as the disease is trying to kill me, the implant and Sam are counteracting it, keeping things balanced. Result? I get to hang around a little longer. Maybe collect on all those anniversary dinners this guy owes me.
As a Quarian and historian, how do you view your people's reaction to the Geth?
Well, we banned artificial intelligence, which was understandable, but that was taking a hammer to a rather delicate nail.
Which was what?
The very thing that sparked the revolt. The first Geth who asked us, Creator, does this unit have a soul? But how could it have a soul? Geth had no meaningful perceptions of the world or diversity of experiences we take for granted. Worse, the Geth saw us as the Creator. The revolt was inevitable. We were their superiors, and they resented it.
Ryder, Barlevon says you're looking for me. It's not every day an XN7 looks for the Shadow Broker. Anything can be had, provided you can pay. Especially when the tech involves artificial intelligence. The Council will have specters all over my ass if the
All right, and yeah, we can't access the last two. That is an awfully big bar, though. That I don't think anything else unlocked, like all those data pads and that. I'm pretty sure those are still just Liara's. But yeah, I imagine that because like the implants, right? They were for biotics. And I'm trying to remember exactly what, because they do describe them in the original trilogy quite a bit. That's all I got on here, right? Yeah, because that we can't get to yet. That's from Vold. Those will show up at some point. Yeah, then we got Havarl and Vold. Recovering the past, that one's on Havarl, that one's on Vold. Right, that we can't worry about right now. That's pointless right now. That's the one that we're on. Cultivation, collect samples, medical supplies, outpost. All right, that we gotta wait for. That we gotta wait for. On hold. Return to Prodromos. Later. All right, I couldn't find the fucking Pathfinder chest piece. All right. So then we are, in fact, good to go to leave the Nexus. I have purchased a couple things. And I did some changing around in that. We actually got some new weapons. I actually got, like, I wanted an N7 Valkyrie. Like, that's what I want for my main rifle. And I actually just randomly got one out of the Apex missions. One of my chests there gave me that. And I think they gave me something else better, too. But I don't remember what it was. And then since I was here, I talked to a general merchant and got some... what are they called? Are they called augments, or are there augments the shit that you do when you make it? I don't remember. Either way, I got some upgrades for them as well. Or some new upgrades, because I didn't really have any good ones. And I got a couple upgrades for the Tempest. Not the Tempest. The Nomad. But I... See, now, I'm torn because, like, I could obviously go to Havarl or Vold. It really makes no difference. It makes very little difference overall. But, like, I kind of want to go to Vold first, but at the same time, that's another one where we drive around in the Nomad a lot. So I'm not sure if that's like the one I should do next, or if I should save that.
You can come by.
Okay, I'll go talk to Gil then. So I'm not sure if that's the one that I should be doing next, since, you know, we just did EOS, which is a lot of driving around in that, but...
I got a copy of the Nexus's movie library.
Thanks. I'll look through it. It's probably all agricultural learning vids, but there might be something good. I'll keep you posted.
Alright. And then that's another one that we'll have to wait on. We'll get an and just check our email every now and then eventually somebody will send me an email or ask to talk to me or something and have an idea. In fact, this might be what Gil wants to talk about right now.
There you are. Gotcha.
Do I need to get Lexi to do a psych review?
Maybe. People have been telling me I'm crazy my whole life. Just dealing with some scourge issues. That Archon fella tried to warn you not to joyride into it, but you were just la la la. It was an act first, think later move. I respect it. Well, more like I resemble it. Hey, you play poker?
Come again?
Poker. Card game, bluffing, betting. It's an age-old measuring stick of a person's character, fortitude, guts. Used to think maybe it was my calling. Turns out I'm just good at it. Never lost, heads up. We should play sometime.
Willing to put your streak on the line?
Huh. I'll risk it. Next time we port up and you're in the mood, I'm always in the mood.
Can't remember, like, is there just like, can I just say like, hey, you want to play poker?
Curious about the ship. A few were pretty bold. Asked me questions.
What do you make of them?
They know their shit. Quick-minded, sharp. They'll make good allies.
Yeah. I think you might need to find him in the bar and then you can play poker with him. And if I remember correctly, Sam offers to help you cheat. Because like he can read it. Oh yeah, and I also finally figured out how to paint the Nomad. I didn't remember how to do it. And then once I looked it up, I didn't even feel stupid for not remembering it, because for some reason you do it in your loadout station.
How long does it take?
But yeah, we got the N7 Valkyrie, and I guess I didn't change out my weapon. But anyway. Alright, I got air barrel 3. Yeah, that's fine. Because that's better than the 2 that I had. And then I can either put on the tactical scope or the stock. And since it's a burst fire, I'm going to go with the scope. And then I can't remember what I got for these things. There goes shotgun barrel. Oh, wait a minute. Take off the short barrel, which lowers my stability. And then I want to say I got a better scope and barrel for my sniper. Which apparently I don't know what the fuck the pictures look like. And I don't think I got anything. Oh, I did get something different here. That. And I would rather have the scope than the melee optimizer, even if it is technically a higher grade of weapon, or thing. But anyway. But yeah, okay, so like I said, I don't know whether we should go to Vold or Havarl next. I will say that between the 2 planets, Havarl is probably like, I like Havarl better. But that's not to say that Vold is bad. Like, Vold is good, but Vold is like EOS. It's big, it's open, you drive around in the Nomad a lot. It isn't as hilly as EOS. Like, for the most part, you can drive in a straight line. There's only a couple of locations or a couple of areas that you can't just drive right through or past, because they have a couple areas that are kind of like, they have like one really big mountain that you have to drive around and up eventually. And then they have a oh yeah, I forgot. Now that we've defeated the Architect, it's actually going around. See, this Remnant Architect's programming directives have been interrupted.
The one we fought ended up in orbit? Amazing.
Yeah, it is in orbital standby mode and remains tethered to its home planet EOS. The Architect systems are completing recovery from severe radiation exposure. The Architect itself appears to be conducting monitoring and analysis of EOS' atmosphere. So yeah, it just kind of like hangs out there now. I don't think there's ever anything we can do with it. I also changed who I'm bringing with me. Bringing PB and Jol. Which, to be fair, I end up with those 2 a lot. Because like PB researches the Remnant, so she has a lot of comments whenever we come across Remnant stuff or go through Remnant stuff, which, as you can imagine, happens a lot in this game. And obviously the EOS doesn't really have any Angars on it. I think a couple of them show up later. And then there's another planet that we go to that I can't remember the name of. It's where all of the exiles move to, that doesn't really have all that much Angara on it. It's got like a few, but not like a huge amount. So I don't really feel the need to bring Jol there. But like for Vold and Havarl, it's like their current capital and their ancient homeworld, right? So it's like, I feel like I should have him with me, especially since when we go to Vold, we're talking to resistance leaders and that, and he actually is there, whether or not you bring him with you. He actually is in the resistance base if you don't bring him with you. And actually, okay, yeah. Come on, I want to see what my rifle scope looks like. Oh, all right, that was skill point. What the hell am I leveling up to? There we go. I guess I can't take out my gun because I'm in here. Oh well. Okay, so we're talking to that guy. That was the one. I don't know. Maybe we'll go talk to what's-his-face and see if he has anything to say about us waking up the... Because I don't know if we actually see the chief engineer, whatever the hell her name was.
Pathfinder? Jarkett, Tervian. I understand I was pulled from Cryo ahead of schedule. My family is grateful, but I consider it my debt.
Everyone gets out eventually.
That may be, but the least I can do is show you the benefit. I'm exo-studies now, but in a former life, let's say I knew tactics. If I supplied the Ket on this planet, I drifted in, and there's only so many gravitational paths. Here's some navs to check for anomalies. Good hunting, Pathfinder.
Oh yeah, I forgot that she did that for us. Merchant that we don't care about. Actually, I don't... To be fair, it may be a good idea to check with merchants on the planets and that. I just don't think I ever did. Like, for all I know, the merchants are fucking great. I'm going to check in with Bradley and see if he has anything to say about the engineer lady. But I don't think he does.
Glad you took care of Hanley's little problem. Nothing little about it, I suppose. Not sure what I think about this Advent place, but it's a big planet.
Okay, and that was it.
We'll talk another time.
Pathfinder.
It's kind of weird that he stands there, right? Like, he's not, like, in a building anywhere. Like, he doesn't have an office or nothing. Like, he's just standing out in the road all day, every day. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do Volt next. Because like I said, if you do Havarl first, it's fine, obviously. But then when you go to Vold to do the next main mission, you're kind of thrown into the main mission, whether or not...
Ascent is go.
Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Leaving Atmo.
Although I guess if we do Havarl first, then we end up on Vold and do everything, including the main mission. So maybe we will do Havarl first. I realize that we're like 20 minutes in and we haven't got there yet. We've just went back to Eos, but promise we will land on Havarl. We will. I've decided we're going to Havarl. All right.
Ryder, could we talk a moment?
Must we?
Pathfinder, you have new email.
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? I got an email from Gil for the poker game. All right, let's see here. This should be sure enough. Some debris.
On Eos has good instincts. Let's check it out.
And then the other one is probably going to be that one. Hey.
Probes launched.
So now we're just stealing the catch shit. Also, like all that shit that's popping up on the side there, it's all randomized, which is fine, but they didn't put any restrictions on it.
Just like Dark had suggested.
But yeah, they didn't put any restrictions on it. So like when I was looking through shit before I started recording, I went through all the other planet systems and that, and I oh, poker awaits. That's it. Okay. They meet me at the Vortex on Nexus. Yeah. So next time we go to the Nexus, we'll do that. We're not heading to the Nexus just to do that right now, but I will chat to Callow here.
Sam's been compiling our star charts. The other pilots on the Nexus will have plenty of new trails to follow.
You can drop the charts off the next time we're there.
Funny. A few months ago, that station was like a war zone. Flying was my only way to escape the chaos. Now it's become a haven, just as it was meant to be.
Everyone's really working to get the Nexus on its feet.
Regardless, the worst threat to the whole initiative is still that monstrosity.
You mean the Scourge?
I still see it crippling the Nexus in my memories. I had to train other pilots in hazardous flight techniques just to look for food and water. It's a cage that eats good ships and good people. Helios won't be home so long as it's a threat.
It's a huge space anomaly. It's not going away in anyone's lifetime.
If we could somehow neutralize it, or if our ships had defenses against it. Still, that's what we do, isn't it? Find a way where there is none. Just see the Nexus for proof of that.
Oh, all right. Let's see. When we don't find, that gives us plenty of time to explore. I love that they're still out there, like on out the front window. You can still see those pods. That's great. All right. So yeah, we got a little bit over half hour left. That's more than enough time to get some shit done on Havarl. I've already scanned all the planets in this system too, because we have that one mission to scan 50 planets in the Helios system, and we're at 47 or 48, I can't remember, but we're like right there. And as I was scanning it, I was like, I kind of like remembered that happened, that like there was a point in the game where I was like right there, but there was no other systems to scan. It's one of those things, and like as I was doing it, I remembered a bunch of people online being like real bitchy about it, where it's like, oh, why bother putting these things here if you're not like these other systems here? Oh, and we also got the Sorry Sword, which is the melee weapon that I like to use as well.
Point for Darpalev. That's where the Mosha's team should be.
But yeah, then like I thought,
An Angaran town. There'll be landing pads and good sightlines for a safe approach.
Anomaly on the sensors. Something big, possibly hostile, taking evasive action.
Wait, I don't think his...
Well, that's something you don't see back home.
Bringing us in.
you know, they're not the prettiest things, but it's still fucking cool. All right, so this is Havarl. We don't use the Nomad at all here. It's just running around. It's still fairly big. Obviously not as big as EOS or Fold, but you don't know how big that is yet. But yeah, a pretty cool place. It got, as you can see, it's like that point there. It's actually more is like the end of the map. Like I can't actually go any further that way. And then up ends there, down ends there, and left ends there. So like that's the entirety of it. As you can see, it's not a huge area, but they do a lot with it because also, as you can see in the bottom right corner, there is a lot of areas or a lot of height to it. And I say that, but it is a lot of height, but it's only in specific areas. Like there isn't as much up and down here.
Look at all these plants. The vault must be fully operational here.
It is beautiful. But the wilds can also be deadly.
Yeah. So she's partially right. You know, it's also weird that I can't scan any of these plants. You would think, right? Since they have scientists that want me to scan it, but nope. Okay. So we've got a few quests to pick up here, a few things to do. We got a mission from the museum lady, which I'm not even sure if we can turn in after we do it. We got that guy down there. That's oh. That scan might be for something in the room or downstairs. I should probably talk to the guy downstairs first. Boop. Because I know that we have to talk to someone to announce our presence here. Let's see. Can we scan anything? Yeah, we can. Boop. An ionic chamber.
How could there not be a change?
Oh, hang on. I'll get it. There we go. A laser drill, eh? Oh, yeah, and we got the communications terminal there. That's how we can talk to the Nexus, I do believe. Let's see. An incredible find out in the field last week. A shuttle from before the Scourge surfaced down in the ravine. From afar, it looks like the crash site is remarkably preserved, especially to have withstood Havarl's elements. I know Kiran tasked me with studying the monolith, but maybe I can get down there and check it out. Just a peek to see if there's anything for Avela. So yeah, Avela is the one who sent us here. She's the museum lady. And that's actually what she sent us here for. Was that ship.
Jarl, what are you doing here? In the company of these people?
Kiran, this is Pathfinder Ryder, from a long way away. Ryder, Kiran Dals, lead scientist at Darpalev.
I am honored to meet you, as a representative of the Andromeda Initiative.
Are all their people this formal?
I don't think so. Where's the rest of the team? Ryder has experience with Remnant. We might be able to help their investigations.
You haven't heard? While the team was exploring the monolith, something went terribly wrong. They were caught in some kind of remnant stasis field, frozen in place, unresponsive.
Are they still alive?
Vitals remain steady and neural patterns resemble those exhibited in deep sleep. We subjected them to various stimuli. Injections of Kachari, nothing worked.
Let Ryder try. He's worked the remnant tech inside a vault. Or so he says.
Ocean of fish, one will have gems in its mouth. But if you think the alien can help, I'll set skepticism aside. The monolith is not far from here. See what you can do, but be careful. We don't know what triggered the stasis, and it may happen again.
Yeah, so I think that's our main quest on here, on this planet. This planet, not very well.
That you'd be out here. You didn't prepare me to meet you.
The name's Ryder. I'm with the Andromeda Initiative.
They say you want to help us. I wonder what you're prepared to do.
I'm ready to prove my people are good allies.
A strong statement that doesn't answer my question. My name is Rochelle Veer. I'm an archaeoastronomer. I study our ancient cultural records for stellar phenomena. I piece together lost knowledge of ages past. My goal is to find undiscovered colonies we lost contact with, potential allies against the Ket.
You think there might be Angara worlds you don't know about?
That's what I was trying to learn. Then this happened. I was away when the disaster struck. I thought my home was destroyed, and all my research with it, but I just learned part of the building survived. I'm trying to recover my research data, but the wildlife won't let me near my old home.
These house guests, I assume they're of the hungry variety?
The structure has become a breeding ground for insects and predators, too many to face alone.
Your work is too important to lose. Let's get it back.
I'll provide my home's location. Just recover my research materials from the computer. I'll remain in contact with you by comm. Thank you for this.
And I think I can update. I don't know what Pavla means. I think that's like a title, but Kieran. Good to hear the Ket haven't reached your research post. We're not so lucky here. They're practically swarming the old temples, trying to dismantle the remnant tech. We're trying to fight them off, but even with the resistance reinforcements, there are just too many of them. Commander called the retreat. I know you had your eye on those temples, but there's nothing we can do. We're closing the area down. No one goes in and nothing comes out. Be careful, Kieran. It's a tough world out there. Ludge, thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. A crash site that well preserved, I'd give anything to see it. I'll see if I can send someone capable to check it out. It'll probably be well protected. And please make sure Torvar doesn't hear about it. I know he'll want to take a look himself, and he's not equipped to deal with the danger involved. I'd never forgive myself if you got injured trying to help. Stay safe over there, wishing you sunny skies. I'm sure you've heard about the attack at Site 7. The loss of Dr. Bereshov was a blow to the entire science community, and now many of Site 7's researchers are displaced and in need of a new post. Most will head to Aya for recovery, but some want to continue working here on Havarl. I recommend your camp as a suitable transition point. I know resources are thin, but your site is the only one the Ket have ignored. I don't want to put these people in danger, so soon after they witness the death of their superior, and I'm sure you could use the help on your monolith project. Think it over and give me your response tomorrow. Kieran, you're right. You're safe, right? I heard the Ket attacked the old city again. I know you're on the other side of the planet, but that's still too close. Between the wildlife and the remnant, Havarl is a dangerous place. Lee and Nestar worry about you. I worry about you. Your work is important, I understand that, but promise your old mother that if the resistance tells you to evacuate, you'll listen. None of this knowledge is worth the risk nonsense. I mended too many of your broken bones when you were young. It's time you give me a break. I've attached the data gathered from your efforts on Aya to map the Scourge. We found a few irregularities during our research, dust mostly, but you may want to look into it. The material isn't a match for any worlds in Helios. It would support your theory on colony worlds. This is all speculation, of course. You'd need to send someone out there to collect samples, but I figured it's worth a shot. If we're going to solve the mystery of our past, we need to work together. Alright. Now,
emergency support from cat attacks. All of them. Old man Rouge. What's he doing here?
let's find out, shall we?
What? Is everything all right? You seem distressed.
Would you like a reward for that astute observation? You're that alien visitor that came to Aya asking about our vault.
You've heard of me.
Who hasn't? When strange new species turn up, reports spread fast. After the Ket, can't be too careful. Luge Anson,
Historian with the Repository of History, Aya. Listen, if there's nothing you need, could you go away? I'm busy trying to get transport off this cursed planet.
Why did you come here from Aya?
Kieran's team found some remnant relics while digging around the old ruins. I was sent to collect them for the repository. It shouldn't have taken more than a day. But things never go according to schedule, do they?
You don't seem to like Havarl very much.
Havarl's other regions suit me just fine. But here... oh no. I don't do well in this fierce wilderness. You think these shelters keep you safe? They don't. Woke up this morning and found a thorny vine wormed its way into my bunk. I'm stranded here because a branch pierced my shuttle's power core.
You mentioned remnant ruins. Are there lots of remnant here?
Yes. If you've been out in the jungle, you might have seen some of it. We think the ruins were part of a vast remnant complex. We've seen evidence of hallways that wound through the area, both above and below the ground. Generations ago, our people took shelter in what we found here. That's how Palef was established.
Were there no hostile remnant machines?
None, according to the histories. We found artifacts, of course. Bits of things that we could study. But they say it was like moving into an empty home.
I won't bother you further.
Very well. Watch out for plants while you're out there. Vicious things.
Ah, yes, the nasty, nasty plants. We don't actually end up with too much issue with the plants. It's actually just the wildlife, shockingly enough, that is the main issue. Let's see. Anything to scan here? Yes. A shipping crate. Awesome. All right. But yeah, I do believe that this may be the first time that we hear about the Turian Ark is on this planet. Trying to remember when we learn about any of the other arcs. I don't think we ever recovered the Solarian Arc. I'm trying to remember anything about the Solarian Arc, and I just got nothing. Anyway, let's look at our map. We'll go for our closest one first, which I was going to say, I do believe is the one chick's house. Now, there is a lot of animals in this place, and obviously we've leveled up quite a bit, including my buddies there, so they have some new abilities. Not to mention, we actually haven't seen them. For the most part, I've given them stuff against armor, because that seems to be the thing that gives us the most trouble in this game, is armored enemies. Because like shielded enemies, while obviously, you know, they can be annoying and they can take a lot of damage because of their shields, they're never the things with a huge amount of health. Like generally, once you get through their shields, they drop pretty quickly.
Hostiles ahead!
Oh, back up. Try and get a scan. Oh, I've already scanned. Oh. I also have to remember that I have a scope on this thing now, so like I don't want to aim unless I have to. Draw. Yeah, so there. Boop. There we go. Thankfully, accuracy isn't too big of a deal from the hip shooting in this game, which is nice. Oh, get some nickel. I see you running. And since, you know, it's actually the highest... Ow. Boop. And that right there is why the Asari sword is great in this game, because it teleports you. Obviously that teleported me backwards, but if something's further away, you can actually just teleport straight to it. And you're invincible for that entire teleport. I think that there's a couple other weapons that will like rush you forward to them, but they're never like
Pathfinder,
that.
the computer's data core is damaged beyond repair.
Rochelle, it's Ryder. We're inside your old home, but your research data didn't survive.
All your effort and risk for nothing. I'm sorry.
The risk was worth it. We just got unlucky.
Years of my life gone.
You didn't have backups?
Of course, but they went down with the city's network memory center. That site is now buried underground. Even if you could find an access point on the surface, the odds of recovering anything are remote.
All I heard is there's a chance. Let's go for it.
That didn't fully translate, but I know optimism when I hear it. I can point you in the general direction of where the network memory center used to be. You'll have to hunt for an exposed network node. I'll stand by. Thank you, Pathfinder.
I do believe there is some to scan here. Alright. So yeah, good old video game logic there. It's like, there's a chance, which means that, you know, obviously at some point we are going to manage it. And it's actually pretty fucking close. Alright. So we can actually do that and grab a forward station along the way. The forward stations I don't know. I was going to say aren't as needed in this one, or on this map as EOS. But at the same time, they may even be more needed because you don't have the Nomad. And there is a lot of, like I said, a lot of up and down. There's a lot of cliffs in that.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
Forgot that I needed to activate that while I was there. Now, this is also the first time that we have to... that we have to fight Angarans. Like, we don't fight them up until this point. And the only reason we even have to fight them here is because... And I don't remember if that's the reason... Okay, I feel like they were fighting somebody over there.
Pathfinder, I've detected energy readings consistent with an active network node.
Is it on the surface?
We'll find out.
A fuel line fire. Hey, buddy.
I could provide analysis via the scanner, Pathfinder.
I can't be responsible for you. You should have warned me you were coming.
What are you doing here?
Making sure the fires don't get worse. I'm a surveyor and engineer from the station. I need to divert fuel from the pipes buried here. That will cut off the flames eventually.
What caused these fires? Is there an emergency?
This dye used to be a much larger settlement. Wildlife overtook it. Destroyed above and below. Plant roots ruptured an underground fuel pipeline. A stray spark lit these fires.
I'll get going. Be careful.
You too, Ishari. That went well.
That went well was talking about me, by the way. Now there is... Oh. Computer there.
Network connection is established.
I'm logging in. Searching. I found them. Research files downloading. And done. You did it.
Yes, I did.
We did it. Go team.
If we recovered this data, we may be able to access everything lost in the disaster. I'll alert my colleagues. You've accomplished something amazing, Pathfinder.
It's what I do. Amazing. All day, every day. Alright. And then I get caught on a rock. Now, I don't think there's any way for me to put out this fire. I'm reasonably certain that there isn't. It's just kind of like... It was always kind of weird to me that it's like, hey, there's a fire here, but then you just don't do anything with it. And it's like, alright. Yeah, so there's the better crafting. Memory trigger, there's the ancient wreckage. I want to say it's somewhere over here, and then there's the scientist. Let's see. I mean, we could do that. Yeah, we'll go grab those two since we're there. Or since we're here. Because mainly, why not? And that's the other thing about this planet is...
Angaran fanatics that hate aliens. That means you.
Yep.
Charming.
Yeah, so these are their excuse for, like, why we have to fight Angaran. Is because they hate aliens. No, don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Oh, come on. Oh. Ow, 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 ow. Being shot from so many directions. No, apparently it won't teleport me behind cover though. There we go. Oh, I think there's somebody a bit lower. That it? They're taking cover, which leads me to believe that it isn't, but this is another issue with this map, is that there's just so many enemies like everywhere because it's such like a condensed area that we do end up having to fight like battle after battle just to get like one thing done. Ow. Oh, fuck. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Stop it. Man, I may actually have to get like some actual armor on at some point. Yeah, there's constant fighting everywhere on this planet just because like everything spawns so close together. Like the animals and that, and then like their little bit of pathing that they do leads them close to the Rokar guys, and then, you know, they start fighting, and then, you know, shit happens and everybody ends up fighting everybody. There's also quite a few areas like this. God, that sounds like... There we go, that's what I like to see. Good old double tap to the brain base. There we are. See, that's what I like my rifles to do. Why did you explode? Okay, and then those are just regular raiders. Good. I actually don't remember how many different kinds of Rokar guys there are. I know there's a couple, but I don't think there's too many. Alright. There's also quite a bit of remnant on this planet, but only in like specific areas, really. It's probably down below me, isn't it?
My sensors read an Andromeda plant sample nearby.
It's like down there. Yep. Probably this big one up through here. Yep. And boop. Yeah, I'll just pocket that whole thing. Why not? Oh, look at that. Yeah. Okay. So then we got a rock to hit for science. Which is up here, I think. I'll mark it just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's up. Yeah. This place here, I think we have to come back to at some point later. Like, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not even open yet. Because we do have to... Oh. A Galorn, eh? I don't know if I have to... Are you hostile? Oh, apparently it is. That's fine, though. Oh. Oh, okay, that was just it. Disintegrating. Okay. Startled me for a moment. Yeah, that there's because I can't remember... I remember there was somebody that I ended up giving like 2 things to so that they do more damage. Like 2 of their upgrades went into doing more damage versus armor. And that may have been Joel, because he's the one with the sticky grenade, which is what you just saw. There we go. But yeah, there's a couple sections of this. There's a... where the ship that or the starship wreckage is, that's down in a valley. And then there's across the valley we can't get to yet, because that's where there's like a Rokar outpost that we have to clear out eventually, but I don't remember exactly when. I don't remember if that's like on this trip or if that's a trip that we have to take later to do it. Oh. Oh, yep. Oh, where the hell are they even? Nope. Got him. You would think that this would be a good place to get like the organic materials for crafting, but they don't really have... Oh, look at that. That's a different one. Oh, no, it's not. All right, well. Did he really throw a fucking sticky bomb there? Where the hell is this plant? Oh. Good. Also made it so PB can, or does damage over time when she uses her pull move there. Instead of just lifting them out of the air, it actually does damage them. Mainly because I don't really focus on combo detonations at all. The only time I ever did was for the achievements. Anything past that I couldn't have cared less about. My controller did vibrate. That might have just been because I was getting within range of whatever plant this is. Oh, is that it there? Oh, there you go. It's a mushroom. Boop. God, somebody's fucking having a day there. And then better crafting. Oh, and that, and the drop pod. We should probably get that up. Oh, come on. 'Cause yeah, it's more for, like, all of these drop pods and that, obviously, it seems like, oh, why would I bother? You know, I have to go to that area to get them, and then, you know, when I leave the planet, I'm done, right? Like, if it wasn't for the quest where you come back, these forward stations would be not worthless, because obviously you can resupply at them, but they wouldn't be as good. I know you told me not to go near the ancient crash site that surfaced, but I had to give it a shot. You were right, too difficult to get there. Remnant chased us off before we got halfway down the ravine. Hopefully you can get here yourself. You were always good at dodging those machines. Though I don't know how safe it'll be with those outsiders roaming around. The spiky ones. Have you seen them? I don't know how to feel about it. I got off track. The point is, you were right. We're still studying the monolith, but I'll let you know if we find anything you can mention in the repository. And then that'll give us our ammo back. And yeah, the spiky ones are talking about Turians. Where the hell are we going? This way. Because yeah, this is where, not the Turian arc itself, but some of them.
Eat a little of this.
Ow, that means that there's probably a saboteur around or something. God, these raiders are brutal. See, now she does that because of her pull move, but like that gravity goes away and then she counts down, but she doesn't do that before she uses it. She does that after she uses it. But yeah, I may have to change into some armor that actually protects me.
Mushroom is pretty, but those are.
Let's be careful around the native flora, okay, everyone?
If you get any fungal slime on your skin, I suggest you wash it off immediately.
Alright, but what if it's good for us? May not have been good for you, but that doesn't mean it's not good for us, right? What am I looking for right now? Like, what is my... Ah, right, the better crafting thing. And then I think that might be, like, this little thing here might be where the Turians ended up. I don't remember if these guys are hostile immediately or not. You good? Oh. Yeah, thanks. Oh. Another assembler back there. No, you don't get to do that. No laser face. One more somewhere. Don't see him though. But he's around. Oh, there we go. And then there's some Helios hops right there. So that we can take back to the Nexus. Come on, there we go. Where the fuck? Oh, right. Because it, for some reason, oh, right, because I didn't actually have it. Okay, I need to, there it is. It's like, the fuck? I was going the right way, and then all of a sudden I wasn't, because it changed my quest. Because, you know, while I'm here, you know, I want to go and make sure that I get that quest done first, you know, the more alcohol on the Nexus quest. That's the most important thing. Actually, I should probably... I don't know if I should be relying on my...
Found them. The researchers caught in the stasis field. Exactly where Kieran said they would be.
Yeah, I don't know if I should have been running past. I kind of am relying on my scanner to tell me if there's something nearby to scan, but...
I
now,
think that's enough.
He says that there is more to scan here. I'm not seeing it, and he said that it was enough. Might just be because I was near the thing. I could have swore that there was somebody here looking after them. But I guess not. Oh well. Let's pop this open and see what we got. Okay. This one's not a super easy one. But I mean, okay, so that has to be there. I know that. Because that one's up there, so it can't be here. So that goes like that. And then, oh, fuck. That's both of those, so that doesn't really help. But this one has to be that one, which means this one has to be there. Okay. Which means this one is that one right there, actually. That worked out well. Which means this one is there. Which means that has to be that. And that one has to be that. And that one's there. And that one is that, I do believe. Sure. Yeah.
Reading of the monitors and... Scatting stars. What? Who are you? How did...
Pathfinder Rider, with the Andromeda Initiative. I'm from another galaxy. Take a moment. Find your bearings.
More aliens? Out of nowhere? And Jal? Do none of you remember getting frozen? Frozen? I don't understand. We were just working on the monolith and then you appeared.
You should return to Palev. Kieran will want to speak to you.
Maybe you're right. Oh, I feel a head splitter coming on. We should make sure they return to the station. Who knows what lingering effects they might suffer from.
Yeah. Okay. So that's because they tried to do that without the...
In your head, how is it allowing you to interface with the Remnant?
Sam helps with analysis and translation, among other things. It's complicated.
Yeah. Let's see, how long are we on? 58 minutes. You know what? We'll just fast travel back and chat with them, and then we'll end the part. I was going to go and see the Turians, but I'll hold off for now on it. Since that'll probably end up being a much longer conversation. And we had enough of that on like my first video in Darksiders 3 this week.
What do you mean, grey spiky aliens? Ket?
No. These were different. We were doing a survey of the area and saw them before the freeze.
You mean Turians? You saw Turians?
Why don't you and Torvar talk about that later? Right now, I want to thank you for saving my team.
You weren't lying. Kieran told us everything. She even had pictures.
I apologize for the indifferent welcome you received from me earlier.
Don't worry about it. You had no reason to trust me. The last aliens you met were Ket.
Ryder, what you have done here, your remnant understanding and your Sam should convince Ephra you're an asset. We should speak to him as soon as we can. Perhaps on the Tempest? Kieran, I've been thinking. If Ryder can use remnant, couldn't we fix the monoliths? Stop Havarl's decline.
Havarl's decline?
This will take time to explain. We can discuss it further when you have time. And don't forget to talk to Torvar about those. What did you call them? Turians?
Yeah. So then that's like, technically right there, boom. We could now go and do like the next main mission just from doing that. Like that's all it takes is show up here, go talk to, or go do one fucking thing of Sudoku and then be done. But anyway, that'll be it for this part. Next part, we will continue. We'll talk to them to get our other 2 missions from here, including the Turians, which, like I said, I'm pretty sure is what's over here. And then fixing the monoliths and that. So, like, we'd have to... That one should actually be fixed now. But then we'll have to cross the river and hit up the one that's way over there. And then the other one is on one of these fucking things. Because I think there's, like, a whole... thing where there's like a lost one, or that might be something else entirely. But anyway, that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next week for more.